What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing them the bacon. NBA DFS video. It is Friday. It is November 10th. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Modern Warfare 3 launch day, unless you played yesterday, like myself, because you lived in New Zealand. So welcome back. If you guys have never been here before, hopefully you're in for a treat. We do things a little bit differently than other websites. If you were looking just for optimal lineups or just lineup sellers, you've come to the wrong place. You can go check those out on Twitter or Instagram, wherever. Probably get scammed, but they are there. We do things a little bit differently. What we do is I actually do the research. I don't just give you lineups. So with NBA, we go through this article. So anytime there's at least 5 games on the slate, I give 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks with our floor projections on there. If you want to see a little bit more, you need a little bit more, we have an NBA tab here. We've got DFS minutes played, which will be updated today. NBA points allowed by position, which we're going to go over. Vegas odds, top plays, player projections, the chalk, the cheat sheet, and the NBA bets as well. So we have a lot to go over. At the end of this video, we're going to give you the top 5 players at each position via DVP, so defense first position. That's a little bit helpful. If you guys like it, we'll continue that. So if you have not already, definitely check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. FTA Plus is $24.99 for a month. You get every sport currently. So MMA, NBA, NFL, and PGA. Once MLB is back, once NASCAR is back, those will be put back into there. So also a couple of ways to win. Anytime any of our videos get at least 50 likes, you leave a comment, you are a YouTube subscriber, you have a chance to win a free week of DFS content. Anytime a video of ours gets at least 100 likes, you have a chance to win a free month. 125 likes is a chance to win a free year. And anytime any of our videos get at least 150 likes, you leave a comment, you are a YouTube subscriber, you have a chance to win a lifetime pass, normally worth $4.99. All you got to do is get the video to 150 likes, and we will have a giveaway. You can win every single day as long as you're not a lifetime subscriber. Obviously, you can win every single day. You can rack up those weeks. You can rack up those months. You can rack up a couple of years if we get those likes in there. So that being said, we are going to go over the Vegas odds real quick. These are what they opened with, and these are what they are currently. So if you want to sort it by largest over-under, the Wizards at the Hornets. This is kind of funny because it's got a 242 over-under. We know that the Wizards give up the most amount of fantasy points right now, overall, I believe, unless it updated yesterday, and we'll look at that. And it's still a very close game. So I love this game here. We had LaMelo Ball 2 nights ago. I think we go back to the well with LaMelo Ball here, and we'll look at that. So a close game at -2, so that's pretty good. We got the Mavs at the Clippers, Mavs being a 2-point favorite, 231.5 over-under. Grizzlies at the Jazz, Grizzlies being a 4.5-point favorite, 229.5 over-under. Spurs versus the Timberwolves, Timberwolves being a 6-point favorite, and we got a 225.5 over-under there. Celtics at the Nets, 224.5 over-under. So kind of in the middle with the over-under, but it could be a blowout Boston-wide. So this is one where this is kind of where a 10.5-point spread is huge. So looking at this, if you get some Boston guys in there, you got to make sure that they get in there early. Now, we got screwed over a couple of times last 2 nights ago. We had a blowout. Our one sports bet didn't hit because it was a blowout and they sat the fourth quarter. So that is definitely something to pay attention to there. And then you can see the rest of them. 76ers, Pistons, 76ers being an 8-point favorite there. So not the highest over-under. But if you want to check these out, this will be updated one more time. So it's updated in the morning, and then it's updated a couple of hours before tip-off just to kind of show you where the current is and where the opening lines were. So that is on the website as well under the NBA Vegas. And then, like I said, you either, depending you're playing DraftKings, you're playing Fanduel, whichever one you're playing, you can't see it, can you? So, and this is on the website. You go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, NBA, and then NBA points allowed by position. And then you could sort it. So if you're trying to build your lineup, again, this is 2 weeks worth of data. We're kind of, if you feel confident, you kind of feel confident when you give about a month's worth of data. But if you want to just look, so total fantasy points, like I said, Washington Wizards, they give up, they're ranked 28th out of 30 against the point guard. They're ranked 30th out of 30 against a shooting guard, 27th out of 30 against a small forward, 18th against the power forward, and 25th against the center position. So they've given up the most amount of fantasy points this season so far. It's a great matchup for Charlotte. I think it's a great matchup for LaMelo. I think if the game stays close like this, we could have another massive. I think LaMelo had like 40. What did he have? It was like some of the points that I've looked at recently, I was amazed that the players got that many points. Let's see. Real quick. NBA, Charlotte on Tuesday, or on Wednesday. Yeah, Ball put up 34 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Wouldn't be surprised if he puts up more than that. So this is a good way to look at it. Again, we have a 2 weeks worth of data, so if you don't want to go completely off of that, I completely understand. But wanted to bring that to your attention. This is just another free tool we have on the website. Go check it out, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So let's get into the picks. So like I said, we're going to do 3 top, 3 mid, 3 value picks. These are floor projections. We're not projecting out like a 70 burger. We're not projecting out a triple double. Obviously, those are very hard to project, but we have a good feeling. Now, NBA is I think NBA is the easiest sport to project like we do. So it's hard to do with MLB because you could have Aaron Judge going up against a guy who he has 10 home runs against, but he could strike out 4 times a game. 0 points. Basketball, they're going to shoot it up. They're going to get assists. They're going to get points somewhere. So that is definitely an easier way to do it. In football, you just really don't know. So that being said, let's jump into it. So we're looking at point guard. You got Luka Doncic here at 60 fantasy points, SGA at 51, LaMelo Ball at 50. I like LaMelo Ball the most just because the price differential between Luka and LaMelo is considerable considering the fantasy points. Mid-tier, we got Jordan Clarkson at 32 fantasy points, D'Angelo Russell at 32, and Marcus Smart at 31 fantasy points. We've got value here, Trey Jones 26, Jordan Hawkins 25, and Mike Conley 25. Now, these are initial value picks. We've got to wait throughout the day to see players that are in or out to see who's actually the best value. So we will update this article down below, and I'll show you towards the end of the day. So, shooting guard, you got Anthony Edwards at 56 fantasy points, James Harden at 44, Desmond Bane 43. Mid-tier, Austin Reeves 30, Derek White 29, Spencer Dinwiddie 29. And your value picks here, Kelly Oubre Jr. 24, DeAnthony Melton 23, and Luke Kennard 22 fantasy points as well. Moving to the small forward, you got Jason Tatum at 50. I love the Celtics today. The blowout factor and them resting fourth quarter scares me a little bit. So that is definitely something when you want to pay up for like Jason Tatum. He's got to get those points pretty much the first 3 quarters or it could get ugly for us. So Lauri Markkanen 43, LeBron James 43. Mid-tier picks here, Lou Dort at 38, Royce O'Neal 27, Denny Avdija at 26. And then the value picks here, you got Jaden McDaniels 23, Talon Horton Tucker 21, and Lonnie Walker the 4th 20 fantasy points. Moving to power forward, you've got Kevin Durant at 50 fantasy points, Jaren Jackson Jr. 45, Zion at 43. I know Zion was questionable, so that's definitely something to look at. I don't know if I'll have much exposure to him, though. Mid-tier picks, Kyle Kuzma 36, Oscar Thompson 34, Kristaps Porzingis 34. And then your value picks here at power forward, PJ Washington 33, John Collins 30, and Keegan Murray 29. Center position, the final position, Joel Embiid, 58 fantasy points. He's got a great matchup. The blowout factor might be there a little bit, so hopefully he gets the points early, but I really like him. It is on the back-to-back, though, so that's definitely something to pay attention to, but I do like Embiid today. Anthony Davis, always going to be questionable, 52 fantasy points. Sabonis here at 47. Mid-tier, we've got Alperen Sengun at 38, Yusuf Nurkic at 35, and Mark Williams 33. And then your value picks here at the center position, Zubac at 30, Naz Reid at 28, and Christian Wood at 27. Now, Christian Wood will bump up a little bit if Anthony Davis is out. So that's kind of what I'm monitoring. If Davis is out or doesn't play his full complement of minutes, Christian Wood could be a big, big value pick. So we do have value picks, but we will update those later on today, waiting on some news from some game time decisions. Probably about 3 or 4 p.m., we'll update that and get the value picks in there. And we also have them on the cheat sheet as well. So on the cheat sheet, if you want to look at the cheat sheet real quick, let's see. Let me kind of show you what the cheat sheet consists of. Let me find it. Okay. So the cheat sheet consists of a lot of things for you. A lot of avenues to build lineups to make you a better DFS player. And this is all part of the premium content FTA Plus, if it'll load. So anytime we have less than, 5 games, it's pretty much going to be a tournament day. So what we do is we go through here, and these are cash plays. These are tournament plays. Then these are leverage plays. So this is from yesterday, obviously. Then we have our DraftKings tiers. So we go through the tiers and the plays we like and the ratings that we have there. So that is definitely something to look at. We've got our Fanduel, our DraftKings lineups, cash lineups, tournament lineups, and then boomstick shots. These are any ones that we think are going to get at least 7 times value for their price. So you can look at it. You can go check out what the fantasy point outage was, and then you can kind of see through there. So that is one part of the premium content. The other part, NBA, the player projections, the chalk, those are all part of the premium content as well. So we look at the player project, and these are all yesterday. This hasn't been updated yet, so I wanted to bring that to your attention. If you have not checked out our other content, we have our rankings out for NFL. So go check that out. So we have the players from yesterday. We have their matchup, their projections, their last 5 games, their floor, their average, and their ceiling, and then Vegas over under and the implied team total there. So that is DraftKings and that is FanDuel. So you can go check that out. And then our chalk. So this is definitely something that helps out people, and I've heard. But if you look at it and you look at the chalk, so if you do play cash games, these are pretty much where the ownership percentages are projected out daily to help you with cash games. If you play tournaments, that's where you would go down here and see like, oh, Damian Lillard's only projected at 10% instead of Malcolm Brogdon at 43. The price differential, the fantasy points, that would be, let's take Lillard as a pivot off of the chalk. So you hear a lot of people talk about chalk. That's what this is. That's FanDuel, and then that's DraftKings because the pricing's a little bit different. So that being said, if you have questions, let us know. We try to answer them as quickly as humanly possible. If you want, you can always hit me up on Twitter at @advisors_team. But I wanted to show you top players at each position. So let's go the top 3. Now, these will all be on the website under the NBA DFS top plays, but I wanted to bring this to your attention and go through this for each position. So looking at point guard via DVP. So we've got LaMelo Ball, which I absolutely love against Washington. We've got him number 1. Theo Maledon, if it is a blowout or if he gets some minutes in, he is a cheaper option at point guard there. Shooting guard, or another point guard, Jordan Clarkson going up against Memphis. We've got Tyrese Maxey at Detroit. We've got Tyus Jones on the flip side for Washington if it is a close game. I like that. And Jordan Poole against Charlotte as well. Looking at shooting guard here, again, like Jordan Poole, Jordan Clarkson, both have multi-position eligibility, so they can be interchanged there. Really like I was going to say I really like Malik Monk, but he tweeted out either yesterday or the day before that he doesn't care about your parlays, so we don't care about Malik Monk. You've got Jalen Green, who's a cheap option. I like him there. D'Anthony Melton against Detroit. Luke Kennard, a cheaper option against Utah. Desmond Bane would be the starter there over Luke Kennard. You could look at him. Jordan Hawkins would also be a cheaper option if Brandon Ingram is out. And then Jaylen Brown against Brooklyn. But again, I'm a little bit scared of this blowout potential. So that's definitely something to look at. Moving to the small forward position. Depending who's starting, Gordon Hayward against Washington. I like this in a game that should be a close game. A Gordon Hayward and a LaMelo Ball, kind of little mini stack. I don't mind them. You've got Desmond Bane against Utah. A cheaper option is Zaire Williams if he starts, but he does have a game time decision tag right now. A couple of cheaper options would be Jaden McDaniels against San Antonio or Kyle Anderson against San Antonio. And then a Boston one, Jaylen Brown. Hopefully he gets in there. Tim Hardaway Jr. against the Chargers, against the Clippers is a chance there as well. Moving to the power forward position, Jaren Jackson Jr. against Utah is a fantastic matchup here. PJ Washington against Washington, great matchup there for him. Naz Reid a little bit cheaper here against San Antonio. Karl Anthony Towns against San Antonio. Depending on who's going to get the center position, who's going to get the power forward, they could be in store for a dual game. And then a value pick that I like today is Isaiah Stewart against Philly. Philly, I think they were an 8-point favorite, so this is a blowout potential, but Isaiah Stewart could rack up some points there if it is a blowout and they're playing him more. Then we move to the center position today. Mark Williams against Washington. He's got a great matchup against Washington, and he's 6,500 on DraftKings. We got Rudy Gobert at San Antonio. We've got Alperen Sengun if he plays versus New Orleans. Yusuf Nurkic here against the Lakers. And then Daniel Gafford against Charlotte. If it is a close game, I really like Daniel Gafford to be a cheaper option. If you don't want to pay up for like a Sengun, if you don't want to pay up for Embiid, you can find some value in there. And all of these picks will be on the NBA tab under the top plays. So you can definitely go check all of those out. Those will be updated. Normally, everything is updated by about 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern every single day. So that's what I've got in this video. If you have not already, go check out our NFL content. I am looking at adding a thing for fantasy football, whether or not it's season long or DFS. I'm doing a little Bacon Station update with snap percentages and snap counts weekly. So it's broken down by how many snaps they played and who they played by. It takes a long time. It is a lot of information to go over and sort through. So that's what I've got in this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. We have not hit 50 likes like we have been. I think we hit 50 likes almost every single day in our MLB videos. So what am I missing for you guys? What are you looking for in this that we did in MLB to get those likes up? So that's what I've got. If you've been sticking around with us, thank you so much. You've made 2023 amazing. We look to continue into 2024. Very excited for MLB to come back next year. Very excited. So we're going to continue pushing out NFL content. I don't know when, if it'll be today, but we will definitely have a fantasy or a weekly rankings video out. I'm going to break down the main slate as well for NFL. So definitely check that out. Those will be coming out either today or tomorrow. So that's what I've got in this video, everyone. Good luck. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.